mission originates in 1598 when the Jesuits sent members abroad derived from the Latin missionum, meaning act of sending, or mitter, meaning to send. The role of missionaries is to go into a community to teach about Jesus Christ and the Christian faith. Missionary work depends on where the individual or group of missionaries are going. At the very least, a missionary's first responsibility is to God, then to his or her church's missions agency. In the Bible, Jesus is recorded as instructing the apostles to make disciples of all nations. This verse is referred to by Christian missionaries as the Great Commission and inspires missionary work. During the Middle Ages, missionaries like St. Patrick and Adalbert of Prague sent Christianity beyond the boundaries of Old Roman Empire. St. Patrick was captured from his home by a group of Irish pirates when he was 16. While in captivity, he turned his life towards God. He escaped from slavery on a ship. Then, later, he returned to Ireland as a Christian missionary. Legend has it that Patrick used a shamrock in his missionary work to teach the belief of the Trinity. He is also credited with banishing all the snakes from Ireland. Today he is the primary saint of Ireland. Saint Adalbert of Prague was another missionary. After he survived a grave illness in childhood, his parents decided to dedicate him to the service of God. He was eventually ordained as a priest and became Bishop of Prague. After he was forced into exile from his diocese, he went to preach near Prussia. He had initial success, but was murdered by pagans in the area. During the Age of Discovery, the Catholic Church established a number of missions in the Americas and in other Western colonies. Exploring expeditions often brought Catholic missionaries with them. They were often Dominicans or Franciscans. They were both priests and friars, and Franciscan missionaries worked to study native languages, teach children to read and write, and teach adults carpentry and ceramics. Their main goal was to evangelize and baptize the native people. The Spanish crown had two goals for missionary work. The monarchs wanted to spread Christianity, but also converting natives would help the Spanish force natives into submission. The missionaries were often accompanied colonizers in their travels. They often disagreed on how to treat the native people. While conquistadors searched for gold and riches, missionaries were on a quest to save souls. Some missionaries and holy people of the time were Pedro de Gante. He was a Franciscan missionary in Mexico. He tried to assimilate native communities into further educational discourse. He often called the first teacher of the Americas. In order to better convert natives, he learned their language and culture. He also helped establish schools for native children. Another one was Bartolomé de las Casas, a Dominican who worked to defend Native Americans. He appealed to the Spanish crown to end the system of encomienda. This was a system where a person was entrusted with the care of a group of natives, so basically slavery. He wrote a very brief narrative of the destruction of the Indians. Another one is Saint Martin de Porres. He was the illegitimate son of a freed slave and a nobleman. Because of this, he experienced the cruel treatment of the lower class in Peru. He joined the Dominicans and dedicated his life to the care of the poor and mistreated. Another one was Saint Rose of Lima, member of the Third Order of Dominicans, and dedicated her life to fasting and prayer. Her holiness on earth and miracles have brought many people to the church. She and Martin are patron saints of Peru. Next is Saint Peter Claver. He ventured to Cartagena, Colombia in 1610. He dedicated himself to the care of African slaves. He would frequently board slave ships on their arrival and tended to the dying and sick. He also worked to defend their rights. The work of missionaries all around the world has spread Christianity and helped it to grow. Thank you for watching.